my phone on silent. And I should get a notification here. So make sure this is plugged in. Nothing yet. It's just me talking to me. All right. Okay. Here people are. Hey guys. Happy Friday. Get in here. I haven't gotten a notification. Did you guys get a notification? Did you? Because I didn't. Still nothing. Interesting. Very interesting. Suspicious. Very suspicious. Let's see here. Oh, there I am. I'm live. I wonder how delayed it is. I mean, is it live, or is it like I wonder if it's a couple second delay. Okay. Get on in here, guys. So I want to tell you a quick story about my morning. Because, first of all, I want to make it clear, because there's a lot of Facebook pages out there that once you grow an audience so big, you get asked to promote things, you get asked to brand things, and you get asked to post other people's content. And so I get messages like that almost every day asking for me to post other websites, other news sources, and I have said no. And the reason why I say no, and that's why I'm so thankful for my supporters, because it would be an awesome way to make extra money, because this is like a business for me, but I don't want my page to lose its authenticity, right? This is organically grown, this page, and it's a blessing from God. And I really care about my posts. Like, I really care what I put out. I think about it a lot. Like, I think about it and then I put it out. And so I don't want to just post somebody else's article that they want me to post to drive people to their website. Like, it's just, that's not my heart. That's not what Conservative Mom is intended to be. And so if it's posted on my page, it's 99% of the time me that did it. Now, sometimes I'll have a close friend or a family member want to write a blog, and they'll write it, but they won't sign their name Conservative Mama. It'll be under just a writer. But I don't use this page. And you probably have noticed this with other pages you guys have followed. It's just a bunch of articles and a bunch of like, come to our site. And it's just like, and that's not what I want Conservative Mama to be. So I really care about what I put out there, right? So this morning, I shot a satire. I shot a comedy, and it focused on the coronavirus, which makes it really like, it's one of those things that you're like, how do you address this without going in the wrong direction? Okay, because I mean, satire is usually funny, but the coronavirus clearly not funny. So but what I kept seeing over the course of the last couple of days is the media and the Democrats blaming President Trump for the coronavirus. And I literally, like, it was one of those, like, are you serious right now? Like, is this, like, I know that they go low. Like, we get that. They play dirty. That's politics. But the fact that they're using the death of thousands of people, a possible pandemic, right now an epidemic, for their political gain, it just enraged me. Like, it just was like... So I shot a satire on it. I shot a satire about, like, the Democrats are trying to come up with a new idea. What do we do? What's the new idea? And then, of course, we have Karen. Karen comes up and says, hey, I think we should blame Trump for the coronavirus. And then, the lady heading the meeting says, yes, it's a great idea. Let's do it. And so I was almost going to put it out, but then I was like, oh my gosh, it's a touchy thing. So I'm holding it right now. If this blaming the Trump administration increases, then I might just put it out. Right now, I'm sitting on it because I do care about what I put out, right? And so I want you guys to know that. And it's just the double standard, right? I mean, trolls are on this page constantly, reporting me to Facebook, hoping that my page gets deleted. And so I don't want to give them reason. Do you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I believe you have to push the envelope. I believe you have to challenge the system. I mean, you have to, you can't be silent. You can't be silent or intimidated. And so it's a fine line, you know, and I'm learning how to walk it. I mean, after this, I'm sure I will have at least 3 people report me to Facebook because they don't like what I'm saying and they'll consider it hate speech. I mean, this is just where we're at. So it is a double standard, and it is what it is. So, but I'm sure you guys are noticing this blaming the Trump administration. And I saw a post by Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez yesterday, just outrage. I mean, the woman is just furious that Pence has been appointed as kind of the guy that's overseeing all this. Okay, now to oversee something, you don't have to be a doctor. There are people that have the administrative ability to take in information given to them by doctors, scientists, stuff like that, and then they relay that to the president. That's what Pence is doing. He's like the relay. He is then filtering it and dropping it off to Trump and having him, make the important calls on certain things. But Pence is on the ground kind of like overseeing all of this. Well, Ocasio-Cortez, she's just so upset that, Pence, he can't be in charge of this. He doesn't believe in science. Like, how insane that he's in charge of this because he doesn't believe in science, and we have to have people that believe in science to oversee this. This is horrible. And I'm thinking to myself, this woman doesn't believe that a fully formed baby, a human baby inside of a womb, is a life. So for her to start talking about science, I'm like, okay, you don't believe a baby in the womb is a life, is a human life. Okay, so these climate, activists, these people that are attacking the Trump administration and Pence because they're not scientists themselves, these people deny the scientific fact that a baby inside the womb is a life. So to me, it's like, oh my gosh, stop talking. Oh, if I could have a moment with her to just really duke it out on her science, concepts that she has. It's like, you can't, a human child in the womb, you don't think is a life. And the reason why they don't want to call it a life, guys, because the minute they call it a life, then it's protected under the Constitution. That's what this is about. Because the 14th Amendment protects life. And if we classify a human baby inside the womb as life, then it's protected under the Constitution. But these guys don't want to do that because they like killing babies and they're funded by Planned Parenthood, who profits off of killing babies in the womb. So the next time they start talking about science, just tell them to shut their mouths. Because science says a baby in the womb is a human life. I mean, it's so annoying. Okay. Also, what else did I want to say? I mean, I'm following this coronavirus. I know that's kind of in the back of everybody's mind right now. A lot of people are like, it's less dangerous than the flu. People are like, well, when you look at the percentage, it kills more, than the flu does with how many cases have already come out. And, you're looking at, and they're like, they're getting really scientific. And I'm like, I'm not a scientist, but what I do know is worrying about things that I can't control is pointless. Like, right? I'm not going to sit around and, oh my gosh, like that's not going to do anything. The only thing I can do is pray that my family's protected, my loved ones are protected. that the people that support me and support my, just that people are protected. I mean, it comes down to you have to really cover yourself in prayer. This might not be a big deal. I think that and also because I've got a lot of people that think like I do that are kind of conspiracy. Like the timing of this is suspicious. It is. It's suspicious to me. I know I'm not gonna start conspiracies, but I do know, and you all know, that China is not a fan of President Trump placing tariffs and cracking down on trade with them. China has ripped us off for years. Okay, we were making deals with the Chinese where we would walk away losing billions and billions of dollars in trade. Like, that makes absolutely no sense. Who makes a deal? And you're like, that's okay if I lose billions. Like, it's cool. It's cool. You got your billions. I'll lose billions. It's fine. Like, America was doing that over and over again. Trump comes on the scene. He's like, this is stupid. We're not losing billions. So he starts cracking down on China. Now, China clearly would prefer a weak candidate, a weaker president, right? A president that would appease, a president that, it's fine if we lose billions. It's okay. A president that would send billions of dollars to Iran so they don't, hurt us. That's what the Chinese terrorists, etc. And I'm not saying Chinese are terrorists, no. But Iran, on the other hand, they would prefer a weak president as well. Russia would prefer a weak president as well. People are saying that Trump is owned by Russia and Russia wants Trump. For anyone to think that, you have to be a total and complete idiot. I'm sorry, you just do. Okay, we've kicked out over 60 diplomats that were Russia in 2018. We have placed more sanctions on Russia in the last 3 years than Obama did in 8 years. Okay, we are now almost energy independent because of President Trump and this administration. Okay, we have armed the Ukrainians, okay, with Javelin missiles. Okay, Obama gave them blankets. Okay, Putin wants to take Ukraine. So why would Putin, just logically thinking, why would Putin want Ukraine armed when he's trying to take them, when he wants to conquer Ukraine and take that ground? Why? Answer that question. We have also placed more sanctions on Iran, which is allies with Russia. I don't understand these. And people are like, yeah, Russia totally wants Trump. I mean, you have to think here, people. I ask you to think. I ask you to question, why is the media telling you this? The reason why the media is telling you this is because they want you to think that Russia is going to steal this election for Trump. So then we can have this whole new narrative starting in 2021 and official hearings taking place about how Russia interfered in the election. And oh my gosh, Trump really didn't win because Russia helped. I mean, you got to step back and see this is the whole reason they're doing this. This is the whole reason we're hearing the Trump-Russia narrative again. When you really look at it and think, there's no way Russia wants Trump. Putin is like alpha male guy. He does not want another alpha on the scene that's going to stand toe-to-toe with him and place sanctions on him and place sanctions on Russia's allies and arm Ukrainians. And I mean, he's just not going to want that. But the media doesn't want you to think. Democrats don't want you to think. The Democrats think you're idiots. They think we're idiots. They really do. They think the American people are stupid. And we don't question. We're like, yeah, okay, that sounds good. Whatever you think. Like, yeah, okay. So that's why you're hearing all this right now. And I do, and like I said, I do question this coronavirus. I think, like, I mean, obviously, if you guys have taken a look at the stock market, and I'm not a big stock market person, like but it's not doing well, right? It's hurting. And when the stock market doesn't do well, it affects the rest of the economy, right? And one of Trump's main talking points is how well the economy is doing. So they're thinking if we can attack the economy, then we can affect this election, right? But I'm not saying that anyone put this virus out there. Maybe it was an accident. But either way, the Democrats are now trying to use this to their advantage. Blaming Trump for it, hoping. I mean, I actually saw posts on Twitter of people hoping that the economy tanks because they don't like Trump. Hoping people, like, think about this. People that have their entire life savings, their investments, their 401ks in the stock market right now that are about to retire. They've been working there, busting their ass off. They're hoping that these people lose everything so that Trump won't be reelected. I mean, there's no humanity anymore in the Democrat Party, right? There's no empathy. I mean, to hope that this coronavirus picks up and takes more lives to hurt Trump is sick, it's twisted, and it's wrong. And anyone rooting for that, I'm like, check your heart. That is the ultimate of derangement I'm witnessing right now. I mean, I've done Trump derangement syndrome. I've acted it out. I've satired. I've talked about it. But this is the new low. This is a whole new level that we've gone that I'm like, I don't know how anyone could be a Democrat. I really don't. I don't know how anyone could support people that want to use a virus that's killing thousands of people to their political advantage. It's just, but we're there. We're there. Also, really quick before we go here, because I don't want to take up too much of your time. North Carolina tomorrow, the primary. This is where we're going to have to really question whether if Joe Biden doesn't win, he's gone. Like, it's over for Joe. It's over. He's got to win it. He can't come in second. He can't come in third. He has to win tomorrow or else he's gone. I would actually think that he's gone already. I mean, he's saying that he's running for Senate. Have you guys seen that video? Like, he's saying he's running for Senate. He's saying that he's going to place the next a black woman to Senate or something like that. And then he changed it at Supreme Court. Like, he's not out there. I really question if he's struggling with dementia. And I said that like 3 months ago because I started to see like signs. My grandmother passed away from she had dementia, and I'm seeing so many similar things that I'm like, and again, this says something about the people that are backing Joe Biden. This says something about his family and his friends that are surrounding him, because man clearly is not doing well. I mean, anyone watching knows this guy is struggling. And if you care about somebody, you don't allow them to continue to struggle. You say, hey, let's sit this one out. But they're not. And he's continuing to say things that you're like, oh my gosh. And if Bernie wins this tomorrow, that's scary. That is scary. And then we have Super Tuesday on Tuesday in like what, 4 days, 3 days, 4 days if I could count. So, and that will pretty much decide it all, guys. At that point, we'll kind of know who Democrats are going to go with for the for their nominee, which is interesting to me. And then I also heard something. I was listening to Sean Hannity the other day, and I was listening to Donna Brazile. She's a Democrat strategist, and she came on and she was saying like, yeah, Bernie might win a lot of the states, but we've now made rules that you have to win all of the delegates. You have to have the majority of delegates. And if you don't have the majority of delegates, then, even though if you might have won a lot of states, you have to get the delegates. And she kept driving that point. And I'm sitting here thinking, they're going to try to take it from Bernie again, because they're not going to give him these delegates. These super delegates come in then on the second round, like elected officials that hold more power than just regular delegates. And they're going to give these super delegates are not going to pledge to Bernie. So we could see a contested convention, which is just going to further divide the Democrat Party, because if they really screw over Bernie, I doubt we see those Bernie bros get behind whoever the Democrats pick then for the nominee. We could actually see a third party break off at that point. So be watching that closely. Tomorrow, if Joe, like I said, if Joe doesn't win, it's done. It's done for Joe. Let's see here. Just reading some of your comments. I don't want to take much more time. Sometimes you're live, like you could just keep talking. But I just wanted to say hey and just explain like my page and what I do. And so thank you, like I mentioned earlier, to my supporters, because I have not yet done any kind of paid posting for blogs for other people that they want, or driving people to their other websites. I do promote, uh, like, I do market, like I do that, but I have to have the material. I have to, really believe in it. I don't promote things I don't believe in, or that I haven't, like, people are like, hey, yeah, look at my product online. I'm like, I'm not going to promote your product online. I have to like hold it and see it and make sure it works. Like, I'm not, you know, I built a trust with you guys. And so I don't want to ruin that. Like, so it means a lot that my supporters come on here and they rally around me and they support me, because that's just a huge encouragement for me. So, and I know it's going to heat up. I actually did a post for my conservative my supporters the other day, just thanking them, because it starts to get ugly, and it's going to start to get ugly, and I'm ready for it. I mean, I was a chairwoman, a co-chair for the Trump campaign in Colorado in 2016, and when it starts, okay, so after the primary, it's kind of all like, yay, and then after the primary, it, like, the gloves come off, and it's just like brawl. There's a lot. It just totally heats up. So if you come on board the Trump train since Trump got elected, and now you're much more engaged in politics, get ready, because after the convention takes place, that's when it starts to get really intense. And so it helps when people are like, hey, I got you. So, but I'm excited. I'm ready for it. I love this stuff. So, all right. Thank you, Patty, Kathleen. Such sweet words. You guys are awesome. That's all I really wanted to say. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I'll be totally checking in with this whole thing tomorrow. North Carolina, I'm sure I'll have commentary on that in the next couple of days afterwards. So if not a satire, you never know. But I just wanted to wish you guys a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for just being you, and stay healthy, and we'll talk soon. All right. Bye, guys.